What if someone could figure you out without you saying a word? What if they could sense your insecurities, read your body language, and even predict what you're going to say next? This might sound like something out of a movie, but for a Sigma male, it's just another day. Sigma males are often misunderstood. They're not loud, they're not flashy, and they don't try to dominate every room they enter. But what sets them apart is their ability to observe and understand people on a level that most miss. They don't talk much, but they listen. They watch. They study. And when they do speak, it's usually because they've already figured you out. The idea of reading someone isn't about mind reading. It's about picking up on the signals most people overlook, the way someone shifts in their seat, the way their tone changes when a certain topic comes up, the way they hold eye contact or avoid it. These are the cues a Sigma male pays attention to. They see what others ignore, and that gives them a serious edge in any social setting. Unlike an alpha, who might try to control a situation by force or confidence, a Sigma male uses subtlety. He operates behind the scenes. His strength comes from knowing more than he lets on. And one of his biggest strengths is his psychological insight. He can read the room, spot fake energy, and see through manipulation. This video breaks down the shocking psychological tactics a Sigma male uses to read anyone. These aren't magic tricks. They're grounded in real human behavior. But in the hands of someone who's naturally observant and emotionally detached from groupthink, these tactics become powerful tools. If you've ever felt like someone saw right through you without even trying, this is how they did it. These are the tactics that make a Sigma male seem like he knows what you're thinking before you do. Let's break them down. Tactic number 1. Observational cold reading. The first tactic a Sigma male uses is cold reading, but not the fake, flashy kind you see in street magic. This is quiet, grounded observation. Cold reading is about picking up information from someone based on body language, facial expressions, voice tone, and small behaviors, all without asking any direct questions. A Sigma male walks into a room and doesn't say much. Instead, he watches. He notices who's talking the most, who's trying to impress others, who's staying quiet. He catches the tiny eyebrow raise when someone is challenged, the hesitation in a handshake, the shift in posture when a subject gets uncomfortable. These details tell him everything. From the outside, it looks like he's just standing there. But inside, he's building a profile of everyone around him. He's reading stress levels, confidence, insecurity, attraction, fear, and lies, all from what others don't say out loud. Most people miss these cues because they're too busy focusing on what they want to say next. A Sigma male doesn't feel the need to talk all the time, which gives him more time to study people. That patience is what gives him the edge. While others are trying to be heard, he's collecting data. He pays special attention to micro-expressions, the split-second facial expressions people make before they can fake a different emotion. A flash of anger, a spark of interest, a flicker of disgust. These moments are real. They reveal what someone is truly feeling before they cover it up. This tactic also involves pattern recognition. A Sigma male may not know you, but if he's seen similar behavior in someone else, he can make accurate guesses. If you roll your eyes the way someone else did before lying, he's going to take note of that. His brain compares everything he sees with what he's seen before, creating a mental library of signals and outcomes. He doesn't need to confront anyone. He just quietly logs this information. That's what makes it shocking. You'll think you're being mysterious or guarded, but he's already seen through the act. And he didn't need to ask a single question to do it. Tactic number 2. Strategic listening. While most people listen to reply, a Sigma male listens to uncover. This is where the second tactic comes in, strategic listening. It's not about being polite or waiting for your turn to talk. It's a calculated way of gathering information without revealing anything about himself. When someone starts talking, they often reveal more than they realize. Their tone, their word choice, their pauses, all of these carry meaning. A Sigma male listens for what's said, but more importantly, for what isn't. He picks up on contradictions, uncertainty, or hidden motives buried in casual conversation. He uses silence as a tool. When someone speaks and he doesn't respond right away, that silence becomes pressure. Most people rush to fill that silence, and in doing so, they reveal more. They over-explain, justify, or confess things they hadn't planned to say. The Sigma male doesn't need to push. He just lets the other person talk themselves into being known. Strategic listening also allows him to test people. He might bring up a topic casually, not to share an opinion, but to see how others react. A simple question like, "What do you think of that guy?" can uncover jealousy, admiration, insecurity, or loyalty, all depending on how the person answers. He's also good at remembering. While most forget what was said 5 minutes ago, a Sigma male remembers small details and brings them up later. This throws people off because they don't expect anyone to be paying that much attention. But he is. Always. Because he rarely overshares, people tend to project onto him. They assume things, guess at his views, or try to pull information from him. This reversal is intentional. The less he gives, the more others reveal in an attempt to fill the gap. Through this quiet process of listening, the Sigma male gathers more real insight than someone who talks twice as much. And that's what makes him such a sharp reader of people. He doesn't need to dig. People hand him the truth, all because they don't realize how closely he's listening. Tactic number 3, reflective mirroring. This tactic is all about connection, or at least the appearance of it. Sigma males use reflective mirroring to build instant rapport without revealing much of themselves. It's subtle but incredibly effective. They mirror someone's body language, tone, energy, or phrasing in a way that makes the other person feel seen and understood. When someone leans back, the Sigma leans back. When someone speaks slowly, the Sigma slows his pace. If the person is excited and animated, the Sigma reflects that same level of energy, not to mock, but to signal alignment. This is not manipulation in the obvious sense. It's reading a person's rhythm and choosing to match it just enough to create comfort. Most people don't realize when this is happening. But it works because humans are hardwired to trust those who seem like them. When a Sigma male mirrors someone's behavior, it triggers a subtle feeling of familiarity. The other person feels like they're being understood, even if no deep words are exchanged. This kind of mirroring isn't just physical. It can be verbal too. If someone uses a specific phrase or way of describing things, the Sigma may adopt similar wording later in the conversation. This strengthens the bond. It makes the person feel like they're on the same page. But the real power comes from what this technique reveals. When someone feels comfortable, they open up. They stop guarding their words. They share things they wouldn't normally share. All of this gives the Sigma more insight into who they're dealing with. What makes it different from manipulation is that the Sigma isn't trying to control anyone. He's trying to understand them. The mirroring is just a tool to get past surface-level defenses. It's a way to get people to show their real selves without being forced. Sigma males rarely use this tactic for show. It's not about being charming. It's about gathering information. They know that people reveal more when they feel connected. And they use that moment of connection to learn what's really going on beneath the surface. Tactic number 4, controlled withdrawal. The fourth tactic is one of the most powerful and the most misunderstood. It's controlled withdrawal. Sigma males use silence, space, and emotional distance not to punish but to observe. They pull back at key moments to see what others do when the connection shifts. When someone suddenly goes quiet or disappears, it creates uncertainty. Most people don't know how to handle that. They try to pull the person back in. They react. And in those reactions, they reveal what they're really thinking. Sigma males understand this. When they withdraw, they're not avoiding, they're watching. They want to see who reaches out, who gets angry, who stays calm. These reactions tell them everything. A person's response to absence is often more revealing than their behavior in presence. This tactic also creates space for contrast. When a Sigma is present, he's focused and engaged. So when he pulls away, the difference is noticeable. That contrast forces people to reflect. It creates a moment where someone's true values, insecurities, or attachments surface. Controlled withdrawal is also a form of boundary testing. The Sigma male wants to know if someone respects space or if they try to control it. He's measuring emotional maturity. If someone panics or lashes out when he steps back, it shows a lack of control. But if they remain steady and calm, it signals strength and self-awareness. In relationships, this tactic is often seen as detachment. But it's actually part of how the Sigma collects data. He doesn't want to operate based on surface-level emotions. He wants to know what happens when pressure is applied, even gently. The reason this tactic is so effective is because it puts the focus on the other person. It removes the Sigma from the center and lets the other person fill the space. That's when real truths come out. It's when masks drop. And it's how the Sigma gets the clearest picture of who he's really dealing with. Tactic number 5, emotional calibration. Sigma males don't just observe behaviors, they track emotions. This fifth tactic is emotional calibration. It means tuning into someone's emotional state and adjusting accordingly, like a psychological thermostat. While others may ignore emotional shifts or overreact to them, the Sigma watches and matches with precision. When someone is nervous, he lowers his energy to create calm. When someone is excited, he raises his tone slightly to show engagement. But it's never fake. The adjustment is real, and it's based on what he senses in the moment. This tactic requires high emotional awareness. The Sigma doesn't just notice words, he feels the emotional undercurrent. He can tell when someone's mood changes, even if they try to hide it. And by adjusting his response in real time, he creates balance in the interaction. This emotional balance builds trust. People feel like he gets it, even if he says very little. That's because they sense that he's in tune with them. He's not pushing an agenda or dominating the space. He's simply matching their state to make communication smoother. This also allows him to spot emotional inconsistencies. If someone is smiling but their tone is flat, he picks up on the gap. If someone says they're fine but avoids eye contact, he knows something's off. These small mismatches often reveal lies, discomfort, or insecurity. Sigma males use this information to navigate situations more effectively. If someone is about to snap, they back off. If someone is vulnerable, they shift to support. If someone is trying to hide something, they go quiet and wait for more signs. Emotional calibration also helps them avoid unnecessary conflict. They don't escalate unless it's needed. They don't argue just to win. They move through emotions with care and clarity, always adjusting to stay in control of the situation. It's not about being passive. It's about being aware. And that awareness gives the Sigma a major advantage when it comes to reading others, not just logically, but emotionally. Tactic number 6. Question framing and leading. Sigma males don't waste words. When they speak, it's with purpose. And one of their sharpest tools for reading people is how they ask questions. But these aren't ordinary questions. They're framed and phrased in a way that gets beneath the surface without making people feel interrogated. This tactic is called question framing. Instead of asking direct questions like, "Are you lying?" a Sigma might ask, "What made you decide to go that route?" That subtle shift creates a space where the other person feels more comfortable sharing. But while they're talking, the Sigma is watching every detail, the pauses, the word choices, the nervous laughter. Leading questions are another part of this tactic. A Sigma male might plant a thought just to see how the other person reacts. For example, he might say, "Most people in that situation would panic. But you don't seem like that type." It's not a compliment, it's bait. If the person agrees too quickly or over-explains, it reveals something about their real feelings. These kinds of questions allow the Sigma to dig deeper without being confrontational. They shift the spotlight subtly, drawing out insecurities, values, or hidden intentions. People often don't realize they're giving away so much because the questions feel casual. Sigma males are also good at asking questions that reveal contradictions. They'll bring up something someone said earlier and ask about it again, but from a different angle. If the story changes, if the energy shifts, or if the response is defensive, the Sigma picks up on it immediately. The way people answer is just as important as what they say. If someone talks too much, avoids eye contact, or changes subjects too quickly, those are all signs. The Sigma doesn't just listen, he watches reactions in real time. His questions are like tools that crack the surface and let the truth rise up. This tactic works so well because it puts the other person at ease. They feel like they're in control of the conversation, but in reality, the Sigma is guiding the whole thing. He's steering the emotional flow, reading every cue and gathering insights with every sentence spoken. By the time the conversation ends, the other person might feel like they were just chatting. But the Sigma male walks away with a clear picture of who they are. All from a few carefully framed questions and a quiet, watchful presence. So what does all of this mean? These 6 psychological tactics, cold reading, strategic listening, mirroring, controlled withdrawal, emotional calibration, and question framing, give the Sigma male a deep and silent advantage in every social situation. He doesn't try to dominate the room. He doesn't talk over others. He doesn't play loud games. He just watches, listens, adjusts, and gathers truth. That's what makes him so effective at reading people. He doesn't rely on guesswork. He uses real cues, small details that others miss, and because he isn't trying to impress anyone, he can see clearly without the filter of ego or social pressure. What's shocking about these tactics isn't that they exist, it's how naturally and effortlessly the Sigma male uses them. For him, it's not about control. It's about clarity. He wants to understand people so he can move through the world without getting caught in false connections or fake energy. But there's a responsibility that comes with that kind of insight. Reading people isn't something to use for manipulation or power games. It's a skill that, when used well, can build better relationships, reveal true intentions, and protect the Sigma from unnecessary chaos. If you're someone who sees yourself in this, someone who watches more than you speak, someone who's careful with trust, someone who feels more comfortable behind the scenes, you might already be using some of these tactics without even knowing it. And if you've ever felt like someone was reading you like a book and you didn't know how, now you do. Share your thoughts below. Have you used any of these tactics yourself? Or have you been on the receiving end of someone who reads you this well? Let's talk about it. And if this video helped you see human behavior in a new light, stick around. There's more to uncover.